Welcome all to the lecture about delivery. So, delivery basically means the parturition or birth of a child. I am Dr. Sanil Kumar MC, working as professor and head of the Department of Forensic Medicine, Government Homeopathic Medical College, Kozhikode. So, the learning objectives of this lecture, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand about the medical legal importance of delivery, about the science of recent delivery in living, science of recent delivery in the dead, science of remote delivery in living, science of remote delivery in dead, pseudosciences, posthumous child, superfecundation, and about superfetation. About the medico legal importance of delivery. So the need for examining a woman for signs of delivery arise in the following situations like abortion, infanticide, concealment of birth, secret disposal of newborn, cases of blackmailing, disputed paternity, delivery shortly after marriage, delivery when the husband is away since long, and in cases of delivery of ladies below 18 years of age. So these are situations where there is a need for examination of a woman for the signs of delivery. Now moving on to the science of delivery. Science of delivery can be science of recent delivery as well as science of remote delivery. It can be present in living as well as in dead. We will be learning one by one. So, signs of recent delivery. The characteristics of recent delivery include the signs. It may be better seen in a primigravida. It may be better seen after full-term delivery, and the signs of recent delivery may be better seen after 2 weeks after delivery, and very rarely there will be no signs present. Now, signs of delivery in living persons. So, about the general condition, for about a week after delivery, the lady looks dull, tired, weak, and exhausted. The so-called languished looks. The temperature, the body temperature, the pulse rate, respiratory rate, and blood pressure are mildly increased, and there will be a dirty brown pigmentation on upper half of cheeks, that is called chloasma, which we have seen in the signs of pregnancy. Then there is usually the complaint of vague abdominal pain, which is referred to as after pains. The breasts are enlarged, it is full, it will be firm, knotty with dark areola. The nipples are enlarged and turgid. The veins over the breast are prominent, and there may be present of Montgomery tubercles. Linea albicans also may be, or stretch marks may be present in breast. Then colostrum or milk can be exuded from breast. Coming to the abdomen is loose, lax, flabby, tender with linea albicans and linea nigra. So the linea albicans are initially pink and later it becomes white in color. The signs that are present in uterus include immediately after delivery, the uterus is palpable as a flabby mass around the umbilicus, and after 2 to 3 days of delivery, the uterus is palpable as a hard mass like and of the size of a cricket ball in the lower abdomen. Until about 1 week after delivery, there will be mild contractions of the uterus which may be palpable, and after 1 week of delivery the uterus goes behind symphysis pubis, or it becomes a pelvic organ, and after 2 to 3 months of delivery the uterus will be normal in size and shape. These are the changes that occur in uterus after delivery. That is, immediately after delivery, the length is about 20 to 30 centimeter. After 2 to 3 days, the length reduces to 18 centimeter, and after a week, it becomes 15 centimeter, and after 2 weeks, it becomes 12 centimeter, and after 2 to 3 months, the length becomes normal, that is about 8 to 9 centimeter. Thickness immediately after delivery it is about 5 centimeter. 2 to 3 days it becomes 4 centimeter, and after 1 week it reduces to 3 centimeter, and after 2 weeks it reduces to 2 centimeter or 1 inch, and after 2 to 3 months the normal thickness, that is 2 centimeter, is uh, present. Then regarding the weight of uterus immediately after delivery, it is about 900 to 1000 grams. After 2 to 3 days, it reduces to 600 to 700 grams. After 1 week, 500 grams. Then after 2 weeks, 200 to 300 grams, and after 2 to 3 months becomes normal. The size of placenta, the site of placenta immediately after delivery is about 15 centimeter. Then after 2 to 3 days, it is about 10 to 12 centimeter. Then after 2 weeks, that of placenta is at 3 to 4 centimeter, and after 2 to 3 months, that is when it becomes normal, the site of placenta is 1 to 2 centimeter. Then about the signs of delivery in living, that is present in vulva, the labia majora are separate. It may be swollen, tender, and contused. Labia minora is congested and contused. Then the vagina is distended, roomy, relaxed, but it is tender, and the walls of vagina are smooth. The perineum, the tear of posterior commissure and posterior fourchette, perineal tear, episiotomy incision also may be present on examination. In the cervix, the cervical opening is lacerated, usually transversely, and internal os closes after 24 hours. External os admits 2 fingers up to 1 week, and later 1 finger up to 2 weeks, and closes after 2 weeks. And lochia may be present. Lochia is usually asked for your university examinations as a 3-mark question. So lochia is a sour, disagreeable smelling fluid secreted from the vagina, and up to 4 to 5 days it's bloody in color, and it may contain clots, and this is known as lochia rubra. Between 5 to 9 months it is pale and serous, which is known as lochia serosa, and between 9 to 14 days lochia is usually present as whitish or rarely green color discharge. Uh, this is called lochia alba, and the laboratory test, that is HCG, may be positive for urine for about 1 to 2 weeks after delivery. Now about the signs of recent delivery in dead persons. Same signs that are present in living may be present. Then site of placental attachment is seen as a dark spot in uterus. The ovaries may contain corpus luteum. Ovaries and fallopian tubes are congested. Signs of remote delivery may be better seen in multiparas. It may be better seen after full term delivery, and no signs may be seen after delivery of a premature child, and rarely no signs of remote delivery may be present in a remotely delivered lady. Then about the signs of remote delivery in the living, the breasts are loose, flabby, dark areola may be present, enlarged nipples, linea albicans also may be seen in the breast. In the abdomen may be loose, flabby, and it may show linea albicans and linea nigra. The vulva, labia majora may be separated, labia minora will be dark and protruding out. Scars may be due to healing of vaginal or perineal injury present. Then episiotomy marks may be present. Vagina is roomy, distended, relaxed, and smooth. Cervix, the opening of cervix is enlarged, and it is seen as a transverse opening. Then the hymen is represented by carunculae meritiformis. Now about signs of recent remote delivery in dead. Same signs as living may be present in a dead person also. Then uterus will be large and heavier. The fundal convexity is increased so that the fundus is above broad ligament. The uterine cavity is larger. It is due to the concavity of musculature. Then the body of uterus is twice the length of the cervix. In nulliparous, almost equal. So the body of uterus is twice the length of the cervix in lady with remote delivery, and in nulliparous, the body of uterus is equal the length of cervix. Then the external os is enlarged, irregular, and patulous, and it may admit a tip of the finger. Now, term called posthumous child. So posthumous child is a child that is born after the death of his father and the mother being conceived by the said father. Some legal issues are involved in case of a posthumous child, such as legitimacy, reference of property, compensation case for slander against the mother, etc. Then superfecundation. Another term is called superfecundation. This is also asked for your university examinations as a 3 mark question. So superfecundation means the fertilization of ova which may be discharged from the ovary at the same time by two separate acts of coitus committed at short intervals. So the ova, uh, there may be discharge of ova, two ova, uh, which may be fertilized by two separate acts of coitus committed at short intervals. So there is a chance for development of twins in utero, that may grow parallel, but the growth may not be equal, and the growth depends on the relative blood supplies these twins receive from the separately formed placenta. Sometimes one fetus may be aborted early, or it may die, and it may be retained until the labor that expels the other fetus. The dead fetus sometimes may be flattened by the pressure from the other living fetus, and this may not be recognizable, and this dead fetus is referred to as fetus compressus or fetus preparatus. And sometimes the spermatozoa that cause fertilization of the two ova may be from different men, which may cause medico-legal issues. Now about a term called superfetation. This means the fertilization of a second ovum in a woman who is already pregnant. So fertilization of newly released ovum may occur following coitus. So later, two fetuses are born either at the same time showing different stages of development, or two fully developed fetuses are born at different periods varying from 1 to 3 months. So already pregnant lady will not show ovulation in a regular manner. So sometimes second ovum may be released during ovulation on the uh, next month after she become pregnant. So these newly released ovum may be fertilized following a coitus, and both these fetuses may be born at the same time, and this may show different stages of development varying from 1 to 3 months. This is a Then about pseudocysis, this is called as spurious or phantom pregnancy, and this is usually observed in patients nearing menopause or in younger women who intensely desire to beget children. And most of these women either suffer from some form of psychic or hormonal disorders. And these patients may present all the subjective symptoms of pregnancy associated with a considerable increase in the size of abdomen. And this considerable size of increase in abdomen may be due to abdominal deposition of fat, or due to tympanitis or contraction of diaphragm pushing forward the entire abdominal wall, or the increase in size may be occasionally due to ascites. And here the changes in breast also may be present sometimes, and in many cases the woman may imagine about fetal movements, and usually clinical examination and X-ray examination will solve this problem. And it is possible for a woman also to become pregnant and not to know about it, and in rare cases pregnancy may progress to full term without the woman being aware of the fact. So we are coming to the end of this lecture, and the topics discussed today are medico-legal importance of delivery, science of recent delivery in the living, science of recent delivery in dead, science of remote delivery in living, science of remote delivery in dead, posthumous child, superfecundation, superfetation, and about pseudocysis. Thank you.